Hello, I'm Blake Morgan, CEO and President of Opawica, and I'm here today to give a bit of an update of what we've been doing over the last year or two and plans going forward. So, Opawica is situated in one of the most prolific gold-bearing regions in transatlantic Canada. We're in the Abitibi Greenstone Belt. We are surrounded by major players such as Agnico Eagle, Gold, and a few other majors in that region. Now, going into the properties, it's where it gets very exciting for Opawica. We're in the town of Rouyn-Noranda. All three of our properties have road, power, and water to it, making all our drilling and exploration efforts quite cheap. As you can see, we're right next to the Wasamac mine that was recently bought out for a couple of $2 billion with Agnico Eagle. We're right next to the Yorbo property that was just bought out last year in November for $25 million. And then again, our other property is surrounded by Agnico Eagle, which is their premier LaRonde mine, and right next door to Mushu from Gold. So as you can see, we're in the right neighborhood. We have the right neighbors, road, power, and water to our properties, making it a fantastic region to be in. We recently completed a drill program on the Bazooka property. So I'll get into that a little bit. The Bazooka property, we've been focused in on the eastern area. So this is the eastern portion of the Bazooka property. That's where we've been focused. We recently drilled just over 3,000 meters with fantastic results. So we got nearly 70 meters at just under a gram per ton. We got other intercepts of around 10 meters of 2.5 grams and a few other things similar to that. So every one of our drill programs hit gold, which was fantastic. And now we need to follow it up. Now, what we're going to do to the market is we're going to get some more news out so they can understand exactly what's been going on. I'll dive into our map. So this is the area that we've been drilling. You can see it's around 300, 400 meters east to west and very similar north to south. Pretty much every drill hole we drill in this region has some fantastic grades. You know, it's a little bit, you might have to zoom in, but you can see some of the grades here. 14 meters at nearly 3 grams. 11 meters at 11 grams, nearly 6 meters at 77 grams. So it's constant high grade throughout this region. Plus on top of that, we have some bulk tonnage of, 69 grams at 0.89 of a, 69 meters at 0.89 of a gram. We have another one at 42 meters of just over 2 grams. And we have another one at 77 meters of 1.7 grams. So we have some really bulk tonnage and we have some really high grade. Now, this is what the plans are going forward. If you look at this map here, you can see right in the center of the property, we had some previous drilling. And this is probably what a lot of people don't know. So in these couple of drill holes that have taken place here, you've got 14 meters at nearly 8 grams, 3 meters at 15 grams, and 3.5 meters of nearly 12 grams. So what I've been trying to tell, our shareholders and get out to the market is the opportunity. We've been drilling here with our really, really high grade stuff to the east, and now we're going to move towards the west and match up with what we've got in the middle of our property. The Cadillac Larder Fault Zone, which you're seeing, which is the green here, runs from over 7 kilometers. So we've only explored maybe a kilometer of that fault zone. So we have a lot more to explore. And again, it's like all the other properties in this region. If we can start joining up these small satellite deposits, we can turn Opawica into a major couple of million ounce player. So, the simplicity is there. We just got to keep drilling. We're going to have to put more holes in the ground. We've already done the hard work. We've spent over $3.5, nearly $4 million on this property. We've done airborne geophysics, downhole geophysics, IP. We've walked the ground. We've done 2 drill programs. So everything is positioned for success when it comes to the Bazooka property. And that's what we're going to, press forward going forward to try and get some more drills into the ground. Not only do we have the Bazooka, I'll quickly touch on the Arrowhead before I wrap up. So, like I mentioned, we've had very successful drilling here. We have some phenomenal drill results in the middle of the property. We're going to start to try and join these up and try and turn this into a couple of million ounces. On top of that, we have the Arrowhead property. So, this is one of my favorite properties. We've done a lot of work on this property also, spent millions of dollars. We've done one drill program, the first one completed on that project. Every single drill hole hit, and we got grades of, 3 meters at 18 grams, 3.5 meters at 12 grams. So some really good grades. We were looking for some thicker intercepts. But we've done all the hard work here. We've done airborne geophysics, downhole geophysics, IP. We've also done a seismic survey. And this is where it gets quite exciting on this property. So the seismic survey showed that we have some major structures going to depth. And the reason I mention that is the mines next door are all drilled to depth. So they all started around 300 meters, went down to 500 meters, and now they're all at 1 kilometer or further. So we did a seismic survey on the Arrowhead project, and what we could see was something very similar. We could see a major structure around 300 meters, a major structure around 500 meters, and another one at about 1,000. We're fully drill permitted for the Arrowhead property. We have over 10,000 meters of high priority targets. So we want to try and get stuck into that as soon as possible and drill some of this stuff that's at depth. If we can get a bit of success here, we could have very similar stuff to what is next door at Agnico Eagle and IAMGOLD. The geology is the same. Everything is quite similar. What also is exciting is we have Agnico drilling on the border of our property. So they've put a couple of 1,000-meter holes at the bottom of the southern end of this property. That tells us that there's something in that region and they've been following up on it. Then if we look at our seismic survey of what we're seeing structurally, we can sort of see what they're targeting. And that's exactly what we're looking to do. We're looking to get back out there, drill the 10,000 meters on the Arrowhead. We're looking to get back out onto the Bazooka, drill another 10,000 meters on that property, and see where these results take us. So, I applaud people to definitely keep an eye out on Opawica Explorations. We've got a lot more work to come. We've had some tremendous success over the last few years. We have an amazing share structure with less than 40 million shares out. I personally, the CEO, is the #1 shareholder of the company. I purchased over $1 million worth of open stock in the last few years, and I'll continue to do so going forward. So, come and check us out at www.opawica.com. Give us a follow on LinkedIn, and, come and look at our story and see the success that we can hopefully produce over the next coming years.